Here because I'll be blocking you. Yeah, you guys should actually try to be more up front. They want more people in the front. More in the front. I'm gonna go ahead and speak to you. It's Northwestern. What? Sorry, my mic popped out. All right, I'll roll in 5 minutes then. Am I going to be following everyone? Grabs their... Copy that.
No se perdió ni una. You're incredibly difficult to hear. You sound very far away. Grace, I need you to repeat those instructions. I'd rather you not. Is there a way to go through the front? You can go through the front there.
Oh, yeah, I got distracted.
Y dónde la quiero.
Así, quitar.
Oye, el mago de nuevo, ese aguanta todas las cosas.
Órale. qué es eso.
¿Qué es el ñoa ese?
¿Qué es el ñoa?
Ahora cuando llegues a Chile, dile a las dos, oye, voy a ñoa. A ñoa, el baño, pero al revés. A todos.
No, no, era porque no.
Amigos, amigos. Enrique, we have a question for you. From the left to the right, what is the second one? Right. And if someone is hearing this, just tell us.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the convocation ceremony for the Northwestern Pritzker School of Law LLM class of 2021. We are so proud of you, and we are so pleased to be able to celebrate in person with some of our graduates. And we want to extend a warm welcome to the graduates, friends, and family who are joining us remotely from around the world. Today is a special day for our graduates and for our faculty, administrators, and staff members who've had the privilege of teaching you and working with you. This ceremony marks the culmination of your hard work, commemorates your experiences as a student and the relationships that you've built during this time, and helps usher in the next phase of your life and career. Today, we are recognizing 19 graduates from 8 countries: Chile, China, France, Hungary, Japan, Mexico, Panama, and Switzerland, who are receiving their Master of Law degree. Completing a rigorous legal education is a major achievement at any time. And these graduates have done so while facing extraordinary challenges. These graduates, as they well know, have navigated a global pandemic to bring their understanding of different legal systems and cultural traditions from around the world to our community, whether in person or remote. They've shown resiliency, support for one another, and leadership throughout the intersectional crises of this past year. Now, while it's important for us to recognize these difficulties and these challenges, I think it's equally important that we reaffirm that today is a day of celebration. In times of crisis, oh yeah, I should have told you to please be seated. My apologies. In times of crisis, we need to recognize and embrace joyful moments. This convocation provides us with an opportunity to celebrate this extraordinary group of graduates. So graduates, you're part of the 161st class to graduate from Northwestern Pritzker School of Law. And like the classes that preceded you, you have left a meaningful mark on this law school. We are so proud of your accomplishments, those already achieved and yet to come. And we wish you the very best in your next chapter. We also would like to take a moment to congratulate and extend a heartfelt thank you to the friends and family of our graduates. We know, as each of our graduates knows, that the love and unfailing support of family and friends are instrumental to their successes and should not go unrecognized. So let's just all take a moment to celebrate and acknowledge. Northwestern Pritzker School of Law is privileged to have a team of amazing faculty, staff, administrators who have taught and supported our graduates, and those who have worked so hard to make today special. And so I just want us to take a moment to acknowledge them as well. Now, I would like to introduce our student speaker. Each year, our graduates select a student from their class to make remarks. And I am so pleased to introduce Ana Gabriela Santiago Lu. Ana Gabriela Santiago Lu received her Bachelor of Science in Political Science from Reinhardt University in Georgia, and a degree in Law and Political Science, as well as a postgraduate degree in labor law from the Universidad Católica Santa Maria la Antigua in Panama. Prior to joining Northwestern Pritzker School of Law, she practiced labor law and had experience as an arbitrator and litigator. Her classmates describe her as brilliant, a great leader, and a very active and cheerful member of the LLM community. Please join me in welcoming her to the podium.
Good afternoon, Dean Osofsky, members of the faculty, proud families and friends, and fellow LLM graduates. Today we celebrate something important, something that I'm sure we will hold closely to our hearts forever. We have achieved one of the most important things in our academic careers, and as strange as it sounds, it is time to see what is next for us. Our story began when we received our admission letters from Northwestern Law. Little did we know that a pandemic will wreak havoc with our plans to come to Chicago during the summer of 2020. Back then, it seemed impossible that we were going to be in the same place together. I remember all of us being stressed out, filling our WhatsApp group with messages, sharing our thoughts, our ideas, emails from the school, in order to plan for the journey ahead. Unsure of what was going to happen, we never took the eyes off the goal. We faced many challenges. We left our homes, our families, our loved ones, our friends, and even our jobs during a pandemic. We even decided to move to Chicago in the middle of the winter. We became facial recognition experts by trying to recognize everybody from the Zoom meetings wearing masks. For class, we stared at our screens for hours and hours, which sounds very simple, but trust us, it was not. Zoom fatigue was not a joke. After all of that, nothing stopped us from being here today. That's why I am so proud to say that I am graduating with the most resilient, persistent, and tenacious LLM class. This accomplishment would not have been possible if it had not been because of some of you. Not being alone in this journey was key to keep us sane. Starting with our families, loved ones, friends who kept us encouraging us, shared our stress, and were support in this process. I want to say thank you for always being by our side and reminding us to read, eat, sleep, and repeat. Likewise, many thanks to the staff at Northwestern Law, who always looked for a way for us to have the best experience possible in these unprecedented times. And of course, our professors, who went through all of this with us and watched us struggle with the peculiarities of the common law system. Thank you for your commitment and dedication throughout every class. In the words of Clara Gonzalez, the first Panamanian woman to earn a Bachelor of Law in Panama, no hay que esperar el tren, hay que hacer que el tren llegue, which literally means you don't have to wait for the train, you have to make the train arrive. If there is something that this journey has taught us, it's to not leave any stones unturned. In the practice of law, we're taught to think ahead and imagine all kinds of possibilities to obtain the best result possible. Because we follow that way of thinking day after day, we sometimes forget that life is so unpredictable. We assume that everything will go as planned, but to be honest, nothing can be compared to the feeling of accomplishing a goal no matter what life brings you. The experience of studying with this amazing, accomplished, and smart group of lawyers has been extraordinary. I'm so glad to say, and I'm sure all of you as well, that studying with this remarkable group of people has been truly eye-opening. Getting to know lawyers from across the globe with different backgrounds has been an experience one of a kind. After the LLM, not only I am so proud to say that I have met colleagues from Japan, China, Hungary, Switzerland, Mexico, Chile, Panama, and many other countries, but I am also proud to share the same purple pride from now on. Congratulations, LLM class of 2021.
Thank you, Ana, for your wonderful remarks and your many contributions to our law school. I would now like to introduce our Director of International Programs, Adi Altschiller, who will be announcing the student award winners.
Thank you, Dean Osowski. Each year, the law school recognizes 2 exceptional LLM students with awards. In both cases, the winners are nominated and voted for by the graduating class. The first, the Global Legal Profession Award, is awarded to the LLM students who has most exemplified standards of professionalism and has made the greatest contribution to the global legal profession through sharing professional knowledge, engaging in experiential opportunities, or building global legal networks. This year's recipient is Lucas Held, who is joining us remotely. Lucas received his Bachelor of Law and Master of Law from the University of Bern in Switzerland. Since 2019, he has been in a doctoral program at the University of Zurich. Prior to joining Northwestern Pritzker Law, he worked as a corporate and M&A lawyer in Switzerland, where he was a member of the firm's corporate and M&A, capital markets, banking, and finance practice groups. Lucas' peers have said that they enjoyed listening to him speak about his professional work experience and the stories he shared in and outside of the classroom. So congratulations, Lucas. The next award, the Victor Rosenblum Award, is awarded to the LLM student who has done the most to uphold the traditions of the law school. This award is named after the late Professor Victor Rosenblum, a member of the Northwestern faculty for more than 40 years, a scholar of comparative and international law and political science who served as director of the LLM program from 1979 to 1992. This year's recipient is Yoshihiro Tsutaya. Yoshihiro received his Bachelor of Law and Juris Doctor degree from the University of Kyoto in Japan. He attended the Legal Training and Research Institute affiliated with the Supreme Court of Japan. Prior to joining Northwestern Pritzker Law, Yoshihiro worked in securities and cross-border capital markets transactions at Anderson, Mori, Tomotsune, as well as work as a legal counsel at Nomura Securities Co. Yoshihiro served as a member of the LLM committee, where he actively organized programs and events for the class, solicited opinions and responses from students, and coordinated with the university administration. He greatly contributed to deepening friendships among students from different countries, and his classmates were pleased to select him for this award. Congratulations, Yoshihiro, and please come and pick up your award. So please join me. Okay, just a moment. So please join me in a final congratulations to both of our award winners.
It is now my great honor and privilege to introduce today's keynote speaker, the Honorable Sunil Harjani. United States Magistrate Judge Sunil Harjani took his oath of office on January 10, 2019. Prior to assuming the bench, from September 2008 through January 2019, he was Assistant United States Attorney and Deputy Chief of the Securities and Commodities Fraud Section for the U.S. Attorney's Office in Chicago, where he investigated and prosecuted complex white-collar crimes. During his time as a federal prosecutor, Judge Harjani tried numerous securities and commodities matters and other complex fraud cases to verdict in this district, as well as argued multiple appeals on behalf of the United States in front of the Seventh Circuit. Prior to that, Judge Harjani practiced federal civil litigation as a senior counsel at the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, as an associate at Jenner & Block, and as a federal law clerk. Judge Harjani has deep ties to Northwestern University, and we are very excited to welcome him back to campus today. He holds both a Bachelor of Arts and a Juris Doctor degree from Northwestern, so he's double purple, and he's currently an adjunct professor at the law school, where he teaches white-collar crime and civil discovery courses. Judge Harjani is a fellow of Leadership Greater Chicago, a board member of the Federal Bar Association Chicago chapter, and active in the leadership at the Northwestern Pritzker Law Alumni Board, the South Asian Bar Association, and other civic and bar organizations. We are thrilled that Judge Harjani has joined us for this special occasion, and we all look forward to hearing his insights and advice as our graduates begin this next chapter of their professional lives. Please join me in welcoming Judge Harjani.
Good afternoon, Dean Osofsky, members of the faculty, graduates, family members, ladies and gentlemen. There is no such thing as a stupid question. I was thinking of this phrase the other day. It comes up in our profession so often. Someone will say, this might be a stupid question, but, and the response automatically will be, there is no such thing as a stupid question. So I decided to investigate this claim. And where else would I go to research this, but of course the internet, the holder of all truths. And what I found, in fact, was that there are many stupid questions, hundreds of stupid questions. Let me give you a few examples. How many chickens does it take to kill a lion? How long does it take to drive from Chicago to Illinois? If it takes 9 months for one baby to be born, does it take 18 months for twins? So we have established that, in fact, there are indeed stupid questions that do exist. But the original phrase, there is no such thing as a stupid question, for my research is defined as follows. The statement suggests a quest for knowledge. The statement means one should not be afraid to ask, merely because they know less than others. And I pondered on that definition, the quest for knowledge, not being afraid to ask. And I thought about you, LLMs, and I thought about me. I thought about me because of my journey the last 2 years. In 2019, I was appointed a judge, tasked with the handling of all matters, civil and criminal law. So think about that for a moment. All civil cases in all areas of substantive law. Civil rights, contracts, constitutional law, torts, property, securities, tax, employment. All you have to do is go down the list of the law school's Caesar's offerings, and those are issues that I have to handle and have to know day in and day out in federal court. And in criminal cases, narcotics, gangs, terrorism, national security, white collar. In addition to that, all the procedural and constitutional issues that come up in criminal cases, mostly regarding the Fourth, Fifth, and Sixth Amendment to the Constitution. What many people don't realize is that no person is equipped upon taking the robe to have the knowledge of every area of substantive law. I certainly didn't. As with many lawyers today, I started off as a generalist after graduating from this fine law school in commercial litigation, but then specialized, essentially spending most of my time doing securities and commodities criminal prosecution, a niche area in our federal practice. What was I to do now? How would I handle all of these different substantive areas of the law that are encompassed within the responsibilities of a judgeship? Fortunately, prior to her passing, I had the great privilege of meeting Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And as a newly minted judge, my robe still creased from the packaging, I summoned the courage to ask her a question. And I asked her, what does it take to be a good judge? She said 3 words: patience, listen, learn. Patience, listen, learn. Each of those words are worthy of their own convocation address. But let me take the 3rd word, learn. To me, it meant go back to basics, to understand that after a 20-year career in Chicago, I still didn't know much. I had to become a student again, to open my mind to areas of the law that I'd never touched, to research, to read, to study, to absorb, to ask questions, basic questions, dare I say stupid questions, in an effort to push the boundaries to be better. And even with all the pomp and circumstances of being a judge, walking into the room, having everybody stand when you walk in, I had to remember that I was there to learn the facts, to learn the law, to learn the issues, before I could even think about ruling in a matter. The secret of our profession, if you will, among judges, is that people think we're the teachers. The reality, when we sit up at the bench, we are students. We are students of the law, we're students of the facts, and we are there to learn. And as I mentioned earlier, as I pondered the word learn and thought of myself, I thought about you, the LLM graduates, and how much alike we are. You are all accomplished lawyers in your home countries, graduated from some of the best law schools from where you're from, best law schools in the world, in fact, licensed or ready to practice law. But you chose to give that up, to go back to school, to become a student again in a country foreign to you, to study law in a common law system for many of you are unfamiliar with, and in a language for many of you is not your native tongue. You chose to undertake this journey even though you knew very little about our Constitution, our jurisprudence, and our form of government, subjects that middle schoolers and high schoolers in America study every day from an early age. And in the face of those challenges, on top of a pandemic, you pushed through. You understood that you had to go back to the basics, to learn the fundamentals of our legal system, to study our laws from the ground up. And you pushed yourself, knowing, LLMs, that you were in classes with American students who would pick things up quicker than you. But that did not deter you. And you also went down the course list, the Caesar course list, and you resisted the temptation to only pick international and comparative law classes. Instead, took classes on American jurisprudence. I know this because I have taught many LLMs over the course of my teaching career here at the law school. And I see how you have persevered every day, your work ethic, your humility, and your quest for knowledge, your drive to learn. You are not afraid to ask questions, basic questions, foundational questions, dare I say, stupid questions, because you knew that in order to learn LLMs, to grow as lawyers, you could not be afraid of failure. You had to ask in order to succeed. And here you are, LLM graduates, and here I am in my 3rd year of a judgeship. Are we done? That, I must suggest to you, is another stupid question, because we are never done. It is now time for us to take this journey another step, to another level, to keep challenging ourselves, to grow in our complexity and understanding of the law, to expand our minds, to push our boundaries. It is really only at the end of life that this journey ends, but not any time before that. Here's a more narrow question. Let's try again. Am I done with Northwestern? Another stupid question. because you can never be done. Done suggests you can detach yourself from Northwestern and this law school, but you cannot. This school is a part of you as much as you are a part of it. It is a bond for life, a place that has given you a platform to succeed, but also grew because of your presence here. And as you go off into the world, I ask you to maintain that bond with the law school, through your classmates, through your professors, through your alumni clubs, through your reunions. Strengthen those bonds because purple is now in your veins. Congratulations, class of 2021. Well done, and thank you for allowing me to say a few words today.
Thank you, Judge Hojani, for those insightful and inspiring remarks for our graduates and for all you do for our law school. We are so grateful to you for the important difference that you make in the world and the support and guidance that you provide to our students. We now turn to the conferral of degrees. Our LLM program is an opportunity for outstanding graduates of foreign law schools to expand their knowledge of U.S. law and legal processes, continue their studies in international law, and engage in comparative legal research. Since the first LLM student graduated over 100 years ago, in 1908, students from over 50 different countries have earned their LLM degree at Northwestern Pritzker School of Law and have gone on to make significant national and international contributions. For each degree recipient, whether that person is participating in person or remotely, a slide will be displayed, and those in person will also walk in front of the stage when recognized. Professor John Thornton will read the name of each recipient of the degree of Master of Law.
Shohei Hato. Jorge Iñaki Hernandez Tanos. Katsuya Hongyo. Alberto Jonah. Daniel Ratz. Ana Gabriela Santiago Lu. Yoshihiro Tsuteya. I will now read the names of the graduates unable to attend in person. Weifang Deng. Lucas Held. Zhanshun Huang. Meiyu Li. Yongyu Liu. Ro Yao Ma. Sinem Suslu. Nanju Wang. Chuefan Xiao. Victoria Xing. Zhongmo Zhang. Tianbing Zhou.
It is my distinct honor to present to you the LLM graduating class of 2021. So today marks the end of your time as a student and the beginning of another, equally important relationship with our law school. Today you join our alumni community of over 17,000 people worldwide. As an alum, you will always be a member of our Northwestern Pritzker law community that spans the world. As you navigate your careers ahead, you will continue to have access to the law school's many services. I encourage you to take advantage of those resources, maintain the wonderful relationships that you've built here, and access the valuable network available to you as a Northwestern Pritzker School of Law graduate. We are here to support your personal and professional growth. As we come to the end of this ceremony, I wanted to share some final thoughts with our graduates. As members of the legal profession, you are going to enjoy a unique opportunity and responsibility to contribute to justice and the social good. At this moment of challenge in countries around the world, this role that you will play as lawyers is more important than ever. Technology, globalization, cross-cutting problems, and the need for greater equality and justice are transforming the practice of law and societies around the world. And the crises of this year are global ones. If we needed any reminder of how interconnected we are, this year has reinforced it. And amid this evolution of the legal profession, it's important for all of us as lawyers to remember our obligation to help bridge the access to justice gap. As the World Justice Project has reported, more than 5 billion people, right? That's almost 2/3 of the people in the world aren't getting the justice that they need. And so we as lawyers, we have an obligation to fix that. That's just not right, right? We can make progress on this. And you have opportunity, an important opportunity, as lawyers to help bridge these justice gaps, to find innovative pathways for law to move forward, and to continue to build bridges around the world. And it makes me hopeful for our future that we have you going out as the next generation of lawyers to do so. Beyond these major challenges and opportunities in the profession, we all face choices about what kind of person we will be, what values we will embody, and what it means to have balance in our lives. We have opportunities every day, large and small, to build community and pay it forward and support each other. And I know you all have been doing that day after day this year. None of us can predict the opportunities and challenges of life, as the past year and a half has duly highlighted for all of us. But I encourage you to embrace the synchronicities and the synergies, the learning that comes from your challenges. Apply for that job. Open that door, even if you're not quite sure that you're qualified. So congratulations again to our graduates, families, and friends. And it's now my great pleasure to introduce our Dean of Students, Susie Spies-Roth, who will offer some closing remarks and conclude our ceremony.
Thank you, Dean Osofsky. I promise to be brief. I am the only thing between you and refreshments. But I did want to just again echo everyone's congratulations to the LLM class of 2021. So thrilled for all of you. Woo-hoo! It is really my distinct pleasure to be offering congratulations to a class consisting entirely of LLMs because our LLM program is so special and so unique. It brings together students from countries around our world featured by the flags on the stage here today and allows us to benefit so much from your particular insights and knowledge gleaned from your experiences as attorneys in your home country. Many of you hail from civil law countries, and many of you hail from common law countries. And as Anna suggested in her speech here today, the common law system is a peculiar system where we look to things that happened before to inform what the right outcome is in the particular case before us today. And as I think about all of your experiences as LLMs in the class of 2021, what is brought to mind for me is a very particular type of case that we sometimes see in the US court system, which is called a matter of first impression. It is a case in the common law system, the likes of which we have never seen before. This particular issue has never been brought before the courts, it's never been decided before the courts, and frankly, with all due respect to the amazing judges who help us interpret the laws of this country, it is very difficult to know what to do. And when I think about this past year, I think of myriad matters of first impression, a global health crisis, navigating school on Zoom, the myriad challenges that we have all confronted over the course of this year. And what has consistently impressed me about this particular LLM class is in the face of all of these matters of first impression, you have persevered with such grit, with such resilience, with such tireless drive to succeed. And I think it is that we really need to celebrate today. So with that, I will invite all of you in just a moment to celebrate our amazing LLM grads with a reception in our courtyard. Our graduates are going to recess out of the auditorium first. They will be followed by our faculty and then our friends and family. Congratulations, you have earned this to the class of first impressions. Congratulations.